taking turns is very, very critical. Children need to understand, right? They need to understand that they need to wait for the other person to be done with a certain thing before they can have a turn or they can have their turns. Good day, everyone. You're welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Blessing Boaz Adiotunolua. I am a life coach for children and also a Montessori directress. So today we're going to be talking about teaching children conflict resolution skills. You heard me? Yes. So conflict resolution skills. At what age do you begin to teach your children those kind of skills? I know some of you are beginning to think about it. Well, my advice would be to begin at a very tender age. So what do I mean? I mean, teaching children those kind of skills will help them to be able to build their self-esteem, build their confidence skills, build their emotional skills, build their emotional intelligence skills at a very tender age, right? So what is conflict resolution? Conflict resolution is the act of settling dispute or disagreement between individuals. Do our children have disputes? That's the question, right? Oh, sure, I can assure you. I'm sure you see that in your homes and in the places that you work. Yes, children do have disputes. They do disagree with each other. But the manner and the approach at which they get to resolve their dispute is very, very important. So one of the things that we need to do as parents or as guardians is to begin to model those kind of skills to children very early in life. Yes, you begin to model what they need to do. So for instance, if a child is having this argument between his sibling or the friends and all of that, what do you do at that moment? How do you help them to understand, or how do you help them to learn those kind of skills, right? So at that moment, you begin to teach the child the forgiveness skill, the apology skill, where they need to say, or where they need to say they're sorry, where they need to apologize for being wrong, and where they need to take in the apology, right? So another thing for you as a caregiver or a parent to teach those children is that you also teach them listening skills. Now, most times when they have dispute or disagreement is because they want to be listened to. Yes, they are looking for listening ears. They want the other party to hear them, right? So in that scenario, or when you begin to see something like that playing out, then you need to teach them how to take turns. There's something that we call grace and courtesy in Montessori environment. And grace and courtesy is basically character development classes or character development skills being taught to children. So teaching them how to take turns, even at listening, is also very important. Now you model that to the child. Oh, I'm going to listen to you right now. And once that you're done, when you're done speaking, then it will be my turn to speak. Is that okay? Then you guys have an agreement. That way, when you model those kind of things to children, they will begin to understand that, oh, I need to wait for the other person to speak before I can speak. Now that's about communication. What about when it comes to playing with toys or wanting to have the other thing that another child has? Also, taking turns comes to play, right? Oh, Jason is playing with this right now. Can you give Jason 5 minutes? When Jason is done, he will give it to you. That is creating an argument. Then you also ask Jason, oh, Modesere wants to play with this. Can you give it back to her in 5 minutes? Can you play with it in 5 minutes and give it back to Modade or whoever? right? So that way, you both have come to an agreement, and Jason will have it in mind that when I'm done, there's someone waiting to play with the toy. Taking turns is very, very critical. Children need to understand, right? They need to understand that they need to wait for the other person to be done with a certain thing before they can have a turn, or they can have their turns. So also when it comes to speaking and listening, they need to understand that, oh, I need to wait for the other person to finish speaking before I can speak. These are little skills that we can begin to teach our children. Children between the ages of 3, 4, 5, they can learn the skills. Even at 2, they can learn. They should begin to learn the skill of taking turns. They should begin to learn the ability to wait and be heard, or to be listened to, right? These are all the things that we need to teach these children, and it will help them when they come to resolving disputes and and conflict among themselves. I hope these few points would be able to help someone out there. Thank you so much for listening. Please do subscribe to our channel and also share this content with your family and friends. Bye for now.